I will talk a little bit about what I do specifically now, which is my group of 3 are part of a larger team. There's 6 of us total. 3 of my colleagues work in New York, and 3 of us work in Birmingham. And we are the sports management team for the SEC Network. What that means is that we run, the 3 of us in Birmingham, the SEC official sponsor program. So what is that, right? What that does is it is a program by which the SEC has said we want to have a certain select number of sponsors who we call our official sponsors. And so what that does is it gives these companies the opportunity to go to the marketplace and use a passion point, which we believe is the SEC, that people have a real connection to in their marketing, their advertising, their promotions, their contests, and they can do it in their category exclusively. So right now, I'll just give you an example. We have 6 official sponsors in the SEC program. All right, I'm going to embarrass myself. Can anybody name one of those 6 if you think you know one? Very good. Used to be, not anymore. Regions Bank, very good. And if you've watched the network, you've seen these same 6 advertise a lot. How about a department store? Anybody watch the network? There you go. How about an insurance company? Say it loud, say it proud. We love Allstate. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, those are some of our official sponsors. AT&T's another, and Gatorade's another. So what we do is we go to them with a value proposition that says we will give you the intellectual property rights. That's a fancy term that basically means you can use the logo on packages, in placards in your restaurant, on your cases of Dr. Pepper, and call yourself the official soft drink of the SEC, the official insurance of the SEC, the official wireless provider, official bank, blah, 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 blah. And then with that, you can exclusively, again, do sponsorship, promotions, sweepstakes, etc. For instance, this year, Belk, who is our official retailer, came to us and said, we want to get people in our store, and if they spend $50, we want them to automatically be entered into a contest to win a trip to Atlanta for the SEC championship game. And so we said, we think that's a great idea. And so basically, Belk took the rights that they have, the use of that mark, and they did advertising on the SEC network. They did it in print. They did it in certain markets around the SEC where they had a big presence, and said, go to your local Belk store, spend $50, register to win a trip, VIP, all expenses paid, da-da-da-da-da. Really successful for them. Really good promotion, good contest. Regions Bank did something very similar. Didn't have to spend money, but it was just a register to win. Dr. Pepper, if you're familiar, and you may have seen them do their throw for tuition, and you may have seen it on the field at the SEC championship game, or you've seen it on television. Again, a part of the promotion they did with us. So all of our sponsors have the right and, in fact, are encouraged to activate because the SEC wants the exposure. It builds momentum among the fan base. There's a lot of good reasons why that happens. And so the package is really built around the rights to go do these type things, the rights to use the mark, to be the official sponsor in that category, to be on site at all these SEC championship games, at the fanfare events, to meet the consumers, that kind of thing. And so that's the program that we run and we manage. And the SEC is selective. They only want companies that hold to some high standards and produce good products. And so they're not just looking for anybody who can write a check. They're really trying to be a little bit more strategic. And so that program has been in effect since 1989 and has had very, very good success. We have Dr. Pepper's been an SEC official sponsor since it started, '89. So long time. Regions came in '93. So again, once they're in, I think the value is good, and people stay around and they really make it work. So that's a little bit about the official sponsor program. And again, in that package is media assets that you see all over the network here in the first 6, 7 months of its history.